my loves, welcome to my channel Sun of Stars and welcome to today's pick a card reading. If you're new here, my name is Cynthia and I'm going to read your cards today. So today's pick a card reading, as you can tell by the title, we're going to look at what the universe's plan is for you, or what God's plan is for you at this point in time, what your destiny is right now, or what are you destined to experience, what are you destined to learn, what are you destined to see, to feel, to hear. Okay, this is what we're going to look at today, kind of like God's plan or the plan of the universe, or what kind of plan the universe has for you basically. Okay, so again, I want you guys to know that this is just what is your destiny at this point in time. So we're just gonna look at the present moment right here, right now. As you click on this video, what are you meant to hear, experience, learn? Maybe there's also some hidden information from your spirit guides or from the universe on your journey called life that they want you to know about, okay? So I don't want to make this intro too long. I'm super duper excited usual because I love reading cards for you guys. For me, it's always like I'm watching a movie, or I'm getting to know your life story. And it's like, I'm a sucker for, you know, hearing other people's life story and knowing what they're going through and seeing how things turn around for them and what they experience and all the miracles that happen for them. But also kind of like where you almost like read the story of a person, or you watch the story of a person, which is the reason why I'm so passionate about being a tarot reader. Anyway, I don't even know why I told you guys about that. So in the next clip, as usual, you can choose between 3 images, and I'm going to see in your reading, guys, and we're going to find out what is your destiny right here, right now, in this very moment. What is the universe's plan or God's plan for you right here, right now, in this very moment, okay? I'm going to see you in your reading, guys. Hello my lovely pal number 1, welcome to your reading, guys. You are curious about your destiny, about the plan that the universe has for you. So let's look at what your spirit guides and the universe wants you to know. If you're new to my channel, I usually channel the energy and then I show you the cards here and there, okay? Let me see what's going on, what your spirit guides want you to know. So pile number 1, I pick up a strong energy here that you have been more sensitive lately than usual, okay? You could have felt more emotional than usual, or maybe it's even, let's say for example, you know how when sometimes your birthday is near, or there's some type of anniversary, or you turn a specific age, or maybe even if it's, you know, like when you strongly react to moon cycles, or you might even react to moon cycles subconsciously and you're not fully aware of it, or there has been like something you had like a very emotional conversation lately with somebody, but I feel a strong energy that you are more emotional than usual. Again, for some of you guys, it's because of your monthly cycle. For others of you, it's because you strongly react to the energy of the moon. Maybe for some of you guys, you didn't know it yet, but every time around, you know, certain moon cycles, you experience a pattern. Like every time it's full moon, you experience something in particular. Maybe it might be anger, it might be very emotional, you might be very emotional, or you might be very creative around that time. For some of you guys, the spirit guides are saying that they want you to look at the past couple of full moons and see if you can like see a pattern. But again, for others of you, there could just be an energy where you recently had a conversation with somebody that made you very sensitive, or for some of you guys, there could even be an energy where you're walking around, for example, sometimes I have days where I'm like super duper sensitive. I walk around and I watch the birds and I cry because the birds are so beautiful, or I see how children are playing and smiling and I'm like super duper emotional and stuff like that. So you could find yourself like where something in particular made you very emotional or very sensitive. For some of you guys, it could even be an energy where you had like a conversation with somebody, or maybe even there might even be a person in your life that really deeply inspires you right now, or something another person has said, may that be in person or on social media or on TikTok or whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever they have said, it kind of like it touched your soul or it touched your spirit, or there has been like a situation that made you feel very emotional. For some of you guys, it was like positively emotional, kind of like where you felt like this experience is kind of like healing you and you can feel your heart, because sometimes we find ourselves feeling numb, right? You can feel your heart, you can feel your soul, you can feel your spirit. And for others of you, this might have even been like an emotional outburst with the Moon card, where somebody triggered you and they triggered you so much that they made you cry or they made you act out of character. But I recently watched what is her name, Popular Loner, and she said in a pick a card reading something about sometimes when the universe wants you to feel emotions, like for example, sometimes we shut our emotions down, right? Or we feel like I don't have time for emotions, I need to get back to business, I need to achieve everything that I need to achieve, and I don't have time to sit down and process my emotions, or feel the feelings that I feel right now in this very moment, and I need to get going and get going and get going. And sometimes the universe let certain things happen in our life so that we actually have an outburst, where all your emotions come down, and where almost like an energy where somebody, for some of you guys, you even experienced a meltdown for some of you guys, or you just experienced like a very emotional day where a lot of things have triggered you, maybe in a positive or in a negative way. Your spirit guides want you to know you were destined to experience this meltdown, or you were destined to experience this day full of like crying and tears, or this day of being extremely emotional and feeling like you're kind of like a snail. When somebody touches you, you need to kind of like withdraw. Your spirit guides want you to know you were destined to experience that. Why? Because they're saying that at this point in time, I'm going to tell you a story, or your spirit guides are letting me know. Let me find the right words for that. So God, the universe, or your spirit guides, whatever you believe in, wants you to know the reason why animals sometimes are way more intelligent than us humans is because they are very sensitive. Now, in the world that we live in right now, people perceive sensitivity as something negative. But if you think about the animal world, why can an animal sense danger before it happens? Because they have ears that hear the smallest sound. They have a nose that smells like the smallest, difference in the air, the scent and the smell in the air, right? So in the animal world, animals are so intelligent because they're sensitive. They're sensitive to smell, touch, feel, taste. They're sensitive. What do you think is the reason why animals know that it is about to rain and they need to, find a place to hide before it even has rained? Back when you look at very traditional old movies, usually people, what I'm picking up here? I'm picking up the energy of, I'm seeing somebody in the wilderness. I'm seeing like somebody, I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing, okay? I'm seeing, because I feel like for some of you guys, not for everybody, but I feel like for some of you guys, you're meant to, at some point in your life, experience the wilderness or experience the animal wildlife, or to somehow experience like a safari tour, or to somehow see animals. Somebody here, I feel like it could be your dream to somehow live off grid, because I'm picking up the energy of living off grid, because I'm seeing like a house in a desert, but it's not 100% a desert. It has like a street, but it feels like it's off grid. and I'm seeing how from afar you can see like animals and stuff like that. So this could be a vacation that you are supposed to or meant to experience. Oh, we talk about destiny. Okay, for some of you guys, you're meant to kind of like somehow be close to the wilderness. May that be through a vacation, or may that be you are going to somehow at some point have a friend that somehow lives. Like I'm being brought to like Cape Town, I'm being brought to South Africa, and I'm seeing like something like desert, but again there's still a road, so it's not completely in the desert, but it looks desert like. And I'm seeing you watching the animals, and because you can like read the animals and you can read what that they're acting differently, and because you can tell that they're acting differently, you know that something is coming, or you know the weather is changing, right? Because I feel like sometimes we humans live upon planet Earth and we think we're more intelligent than animals, just because animals cannot speak, or we're more intelligent than trees because trees cannot speak. But if you think about it, trees are freaking intelligent. Animals are so intelligent that they don't even need, you know, like they don't need the weather forecast. They know what the weather is going to be like, right? They don't need like, I don't know, the light to be on. They can see in the dark. They don't need tarot cards, you know? They already know what's going on or what is about to happen. So I'm picking up the energy. What your spirit guides want you to know is, or what God wants you to know is, you were made. Your sensitivity is for a reason. You are destined to be a very sensitive human being. Let me tell you why. Because a sensitive human being feels things on a different level. You notice more than the average person, okay? I'm being brought to Harry Potter. He's like in this magic bus, and they have to, like, this magic bus is driving between two big buses in London. And then, you know, Harry Potter says, are the other people on the street not gonna see us? Kind of like, you know, is the magic bus visible to, you know, humans? And then the bus driver said, muggles usually don't notice anything. So when you are not sensitive, you don't notice that the weather is changing. When you're not sensitive, you don't notice like the voice of another person changing. So that means your sensitivity is actually a gift. It depends on how you look at it, okay? For some of you guys, your spirit guides want you to know that yes, your sensitivity brings a lot of pain and a lot of tears to you. But if you look at it from because most things have an advantage and a disadvantage, right? If you are as solid as a rock or as hard as a rock, you might be blind to changes in the wind and changes in the weather, which can cause problems in the future. And if you're very sensitive, you might have an advantage noticing little changes that also predict the future to you, or where you know things before they happen. So your sensitivity in that situation is an advantage and not a disadvantage. So for some of you guys, the spirit guides want you to know, they want you to use your sensitivity a little bit more, or to take notice of the little things that you notice, because those little things are very big. Okay, I'm being brought to like the Lion King and Mufasa, where Mufasa, is his name like Rafiki or Mufasa? I always say it wrong, like this monkey. He could tell by the wind, and in the wind there was a little hair. That's the only reason why he knew that Simba is still alive. You know, like a person who's not sensitive would have never noticed that little hair. You know, but a sensitive person notices the little things. You can be one step ahead of other people just because of your sensitivity. Does that make sense? So I'm picking up a strong energy where your spirit guides want you to know that your sensitivity, you're gonna thank the universe and you're gonna thank God at some point in your life with all your heart. Thank you that you made me so freaking sensitive. You know, I even pick up an energy where your spirit guides might even be asking you, or they want you to look back at your life, and they want you to notice how your sensitivity helped you a lot in the past. And if you tell me, I have not yet experienced a situation where my sensitivity was an advantage. Your spirit guides are saying, this is what you're about to experience. You're going to thank the universe and you're going to thank God that you are such a sensitive person. You know how in movies, sometimes like the devil's in the details, where in movies, it's just one little mistake or one little thing that you don't notice that brings a lot of chaos. You know, when you watch like action movies and stuff like that, it's usually like, for example, because I'm watching Fast and the Furious right now, and it's kind of like when you have an opponent in front of you, or like when you have somebody in front of you and you both don't trust each other, but for example, you notice this person's hands, or you notice this person's tattoo, or you notice this person where this person's eyes are wandering, you can get information that has not been spoken. Does that make sense? So your spirit guides want you to know the sensitivity that you feel right now is on purpose. You are destined to be this sensitive individual. If you tell me I'm usually not sensitive, but right now I am, you're destined to experience this sensitivity, because in your sensitivity there is hidden information. And let me tell you something else. You know how people say, oh, it's just a coincidence, it's just a coincidence, or that doesn't mean anything. Just as much as we say the devil's in the details, I would also say God is in the details. You know, when people say like there is a reason behind this saying, the devil's in the details. When you miss a little detail, it can change the whole situation. If you change one syllable, or like if you change the tonality of a sentence, it makes all the difference. Okay, so sometimes the small things make the biggest difference, or you noticing small things is a huge advantage to you, because you're noticing something is up in the air, or you might even be noticing like, oh, you have like I'm picking up the energy. That's also the reason why people have like, for example, a person who has like a really good sense of fashion trends. It's their sensitivity, or somebody who has a really good sense of like if a business is gonna be good, it's like their sensitivity. Okay, of course there's also logic and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, if you don't have evidence, all you can rely on is on your sensitivity. And I pick up the energy where your spirit guides are saying they want you to test how accurate your sensitivity is, because you're gonna be flabbergasted. Okay, the card here says your sensitive feelings are your muse and inspiration for your creativity. So your spirit guides are saying, if you fully surrender to your sensitivity, if you fully give in and close your eyes and allow yourself to be sensitive, allow yourself to notice the little things, allow yourself to, you know, like see sensitivity as a power. Your spirit guides are saying there's some type of like very valuable information that is about to come to you. I'm picking up an energy of like a breakthrough moment, or a breakthrough idea, or a breakthrough offer is what I'm picking up here. Or you're somehow gonna do something with the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to look at it in a second, but I'm picking up the energy here where you can manifest great blessings. Okay, again, your spirit guides are saying your sensitivity is going to be the reason why you manifest great fortune, why you manifest a miracle in your life, why you manifest a really beautiful life for yourself, why you manifest certain opportunities. Now, coming back to when people say God is the devil's in the details, I always thought to myself, why is it the devil? Can it not be God? Because I feel like it's both. I feel like the devil's in the details, meaning that you notice like little things kind of like tell, or when people sometimes say certain things, they tell on themselves with like the use of the words that they use in a sentence, right? But there's also an energy where God is in the details. You can also see God in small details. You can see God in, you know, how perfectly arranged certain things are. Also hearing only a person who wants to see God sees God, right? Because some people say, oh, that's nothing, you know? But if God created everything, that also means that God is in the smallest piece of hair. God is in the smallest piece of like leaf. Okay, so when somebody says, oh, that doesn't mean anything, then you only think that God is like big, or the universe. How can I explain it? It's kind of like where somebody thinks that, the house is important, but not the foundation or not the bricks that built the house, because the way you build a house is with small bricks, right? Small bricks that seem like, oh, they don't mean anything, it's just a small brick. What am I going to do with a small brick? But the small brick, if you multiply it and double it, it's gonna, build a house for you. So your spirit guides are saying, don't let anybody tell you that your sensitivity, you need to stop being sensitive, or don't let anybody tell you that sensitivity is only a disadvantage. I'm not saying that it is not sometimes hard to be this sensitive, right? Because sometimes people say certain stuff and you're like, oh my God, why does it hurt me so much? Other people don't care, but I care a lot. I absolutely understand it, and I agree with you that sensitivity, it's not easy, right? Sometimes it's easier to shut your feelings away and to not look at something because you don't want to cry, because when you cry you feel weak and stuff like that. But your spirit guides are saying, as much as sensitivity in certain situations is a weakness, sensitivity is also a superpower in God's eyes, right? Where you can see God in small details, or when you can see the devil in small details, or when you can smell something is in the air, may that be good or bad. Okay, so there could be an energy where your spirit guides are saying, use your sensitivity, don't shut it down, don't be ashamed for it, try to understand how your sensitivity works. And your spirit guides are saying, I'm hearing you're going to walk an extraordinary path here. Okay, so with this card, your great fortune, again, there's something about you were blessed with being such a highly sensitive person. Again, sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I cannot go to the mall, I can feel all kinds of energies, it's too much for me. For others of you, let me tell you something. For others of you, we have work here, okay? So there could even be an energy where somebody at work said to you, you're too sensitive, or somebody said, well, if you're this sensitive, you're never gonna achieve anything. Listen to me. God wants you to know, people like you see me in a little leaf. People like you see me. It's like an energy when you don't honor the dollar, you're not worth the, I don't know how you call that. It's like a saying. If like an energy, how can I explain it? Because I'm trying to, hold on a second. I'm actually gonna check how you say it. Oh my, I have my phone here. There's something about if you don't honor the penny. You see, it says whoever does not respect the penny is not worth the dollar. That's what I'm being brought to, okay? Whoever does not respect the penny is not worth the dollar. So if you don't, if you don't respect, the little leaf of a tree, then you don't deserve the fruit that the tree is growing. Does that make sense? And if you say you love God and you love the universe, that also means that you respect the smallest creature, that you respect the smallest animal, that you respect, or that you not only see God in big things, but you also see God in small things, okay? That's what I'm being brought to. So I don't know what this really means, because I feel like, again, for some of you guys, there might have been an energy where somebody said you're too sensitive, you need to grow thicker skin, and it might be true. It might be true. I'm not saying that it is entirely wrong, but what I'm saying is sensitivity is also a superpower in certain situations, okay? So it's not always like black or white. Usually you find the truth in the middle, or you usually find the truth with like a balanced scale, okay? So again, I feel like for some of you guys, you maybe felt like you're too sensitive for this world, or you're too sensitive for your workplace, or maybe somebody told you that you're too sensitive, but your spirit guides want you to know it's a superpower. If you know how to work with your sensitivity, it is a freaking superpower, and you were destined to be this sensitive, okay? Because people that have people that are sensitive, they see stuff that other people don't see. They notice the small things that other people don't see. And in the small things, there's big changes, or there's big things happening because of small things. Okay, kind of like a ripple effect. For some of you guys, I pick up an energy where your spirit guides are saying you are destined to somehow use your sensitivity in your workplace, or your spirit guides are saying that you were meant to somehow work in a place that honors your sensitivity, or where your sensitivity is celebrated. Okay, so for some of you guys, your spirit guides are saying at some point your sensitivity, I probably said the word 5,000 times already, at some point your sensitivity is going to be the reason why you bring money home, why you meet trustworthy people, why you have the best friend group, why you meet the kindest people, because you can sense, can I trust them, can I not trust them? For example, if you do business, as much as you can think logically, but if you have like two business people in front of you, right? If you have two business people in front of you and you want to make business and you want to invest into something, both can look clean on paper, but at the end of the day, what do you listen to? Sensitivity, right? How do I feel when I talk to this person? What kind of words is this person using? How's this person treating their staff? You know, because if they treat their staff like shit, most likely they're also gonna treat you like shit, maybe behind your back and not right in front of you. Does it make sense to notice the little stuff? Because at the end of the day, in the very important moments to make decisions, you can always trust energy. I'm hearing energy doesn't lie, okay? That's why the universe made you this sensitive, because you're somehow going to need it in your future to decide if you can trust somebody, if you should, invest into something or something along those lines. And you might even be, your purpose might, or your destiny might actually even be to help other people to make the right decision, to warn people, hey, I don't have a good feeling here. You know, it's their decision to listen to you or not. But, you know, God is, or the universe is going to speak through you and let other people know, hey, I'm not sure if you should do this or if you should not do this. Because how would God or the universe, warn us? Through people, right? Through sensitive people like you, God warns other people. Hey, I don't have a good feeling here, or hey, I have a really good feeling here. I feel like I have a feeling that you're gonna be really successful with that. Even those moments, those people, like I have watched a lot of like come up movies of like rappers and stuff like that. And usually there were always people that felt like, I have a feeling that you're gonna be successful. It was a feeling, because energy does not lie, right? That's what I'm picking up here. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. We also have the card here, time to act, and it says it's a lion. So the symbolism of a lion, or the symbolism of a lion, a tiger, could be significant in your life right now. But they're basically saying it's time for you to act on your sensitivity. It's time for you to act on your intuition. It's time for you to explore how much greatness there is in your intuition, and how much genius there is in your intuition, and how strongly you are actually connected to God because you're so sensitive. Okay, we also have here the fan. It says romance, celebration, and party. So again, your sensitivity is going to be the reason why you're going to throw a party, why you're going to be very happy. It's going to be the reason why you attract the right people, you make the right decisions, you choose the right business partner, you choose the right roommate. Even if you tell me in the past I have not made the right decisions with people, your spirit guides want you to know you learned everything that you need to know. Nobody can like fool you anymore, okay? I'm hearing something about like nobody can fool you anymore. Something about like your sensitivity is fully developed. They just want you to tap in to it a little bit more often. But I'm picking up a strong energy here that, again, what you think is maybe a weakness is gonna actually make you very freaking happy. You're gonna be like, thank God the universe made me so sensitive. Thank God the universe made me so detail-oriented. Thank God the universe made me such a perfectionist. Because if you would not be, because again, perfectionism is not good, but it can also be good sometimes, because you might be such a perfectionist that you see something that other people overlook. And it's very significant, right? If you look at movies, usually when people fuck up, especially on a mission, it's because of a small little detail, or somebody's like having like a somebody's telling on themselves with like, I don't know, like somebody's telling on themselves just by changing their voice or their tone of voice. Okay, these are the significant moments here. Okay, we also have the card here, worthiness, and it says, know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. So again, what I'm picking up here is, I'm picking up the energy that your destiny is it to experience how much fortune your sensitivity is going to bring to you, or how accurate your sensitivity is, how much you can trust this feeling that you sometimes get, how much you can trust, or that you were made to see the details. okay? Because it's easy to see God in big things, but it takes a keen eye to see God in the small details, okay? And that's what makes all the difference, is what I'm picking up here. So we also have the harp here. It's a symbolism, so the harp could be also significant. It could mean something in your life right now. We have a fan here. Okay, I'm also being brought to Asian culture or something about Asian decoration. I'm being brought to Feng Shui is what I'm picking up here. Okay, and this card right here says spiritual understanding. It says, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols. I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths, okay? This is what I'm picking up here. All the prophets that religions talk about, those prophets were highly sensitive, or else they could have never picked up like this information. They could have never picked up like, you know, the thing is, people think that, you know, predicting certain things, you pull it out of thin air. But if you really think about it, it's all energy and it's like omens. For example, if you go somewhere and the omens are bad, maybe it tells you something about the owner of the restaurant, that there's something not right with the owner, or the owner doesn't feel good. And then, you know, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like where predictions are usually, you read predictions in the present moment because of energy, because of omens. Because again, I'm hearing for a keen eye, there's always answers to find. For a keen eye, there's always going to be a detail that tells you a lot, you know, a detail that can make all the difference. How small things, how small steps make a big difference is what I'm picking up here. And again, for some of you guys, you're meant to kind of like lead a community or help a particular person in the future with your sensitivity or with your eye for details. Or again, and I'm also not just talking about like spirituality. This could even be that you are going to have your own furniture brand or your own company or your own something, and people will love. What people will love the most about you is how detail oriented you are. Okay, does that make sense? Where what makes you different compared to other people is how detail oriented you are, or how sensitive you are, how compassionate you are. People are going to notice that. People are going to remember you for being detail oriented and sensitive, right? When we look at fashion, usually it's small details that make the whole look perfect, or it's small details that make an outfit very expensive, for example, or very unique. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here, where your spirit guides are saying you are supposed to somehow help other people to trust their sensitivity or to come back, because I'm being brought to animal instinct, or I'm being brought to like primal instincts. I'm being brought to animal instincts. I'm being brought to primal instincts, because we get so bombarded, because literally we belong to Earth. Okay, we belong to Earth. That's why our lungs look like tree branches, and you know, that's why there's so much similarity that our fingerprint looks like the inside of a tree, is because we are nature. You are basically a tree that can breathe and speak and think and manifest and create and stuff like that. You're just like the upgraded version of like an animal or a tree or something along those lines, okay? But when we come back to those instincts, we become like, when you combine this the brain that you have and the tools that you have in your hands and your feet, and you combine that with this animal instinct and this detail for this eye for small details, you basically become like a very powerful person that is able to manifest a life that they truly want, that is able to communicate with God and receive answers from God and receive answers from the universe, okay? That's what your spirit guides want you to know. What they want you to know is what other people laugh at you for is actually your superpower, okay? So think twice if what you think about is only a weakness or if there's also a superpower, because usually when we look at something, there's always two sides to the coin, okay? So they want you to know, don't listen to other people. Maybe people told you, hey, you need to get your shit together, you're too sensitive. Yeah, maybe, but it's also a superpower. It depends on how I use it, and that I see it as a power. Okay, that I activate that power within me, okay? So pick up a strong energy. For some of you guys, it's also like a side message. I'm picking up the energy where you are actually attracting people that are as sensitive as you, or people that are really going to appreciate your sensitivity. You might have even had friends that told you you're too sensitive, you're to this, you're to that. And what I'm seeing here is that you're actually manifesting a community, or like I'm picking up the energy where, again, if you tell me you had fallouts with friends, or you always were picked on in your family for being sensitive, I'm seeing that you will have a friend group in the future that would be like, oh my God, I love to, call pie number one, because pie number one is so sensitive, and I love pie number one for being so sensitive, and I love pie number one for being so detail oriented. And I'm so happy that I listened to pie number one at some point in my life. Does that make sense? Where these group of people where they're going to be like, I love pie number one sensitivity, pie number one sensitivity saved my ass, is literally what I'm hearing. Or you're going to have a partner. You're either going to be part of a community where a lot of you guys are very sensitive individuals and very sensitive souls, so you're going to really understand each other. And even if the other person's not sensitive, they're going to be like, man, sometimes I'm like a rock, I don't notice anything, but every time I'm with you I notice stuff. And then your guys are going to help each other. Like, this person has more of a thicker skin, but they also don't notice certain things, which is a disadvantage. They're going to give you a little bit more of like having a thicker skin, and you're going to give them a little bit more of your sensitivity. That's what it feels like to me here, where you kind of like complement each other perfectly. They give you a little bit more of like a earth energy, and you give them a little bit more of like a water energy, is what your spirit guides want you to know. They could also be saying that it's time for you to explore a new community, or explore kind of like a new way of meeting people, or to take on invitations when new people invite you, in case it feels good. Listen to your sensitivity, your intuition. But I'm also picking up the energy here. A huge blessing that you will have in your life is that you're going to be surrounded by trustworthy people, and that's a huge blessing. Let me tell you something. If there's one thing that I perceive as a blessing, it's having trustworthy people around you. I'm picking up the energy where your spirit guides are saying you will make the right decisions about friends, or you already have very trustworthy people in your life, and your spirit guides want you to know what a big blessing this is, because not everybody has that, not everybody experiences that, okay? And for others of you, you're gonna be highly blessed with being surrounded by trustworthy people, or being in a community that is very trustworthy, very sensitive, where nobody falls behind your back or nobody betrays you, okay? There's something about, I just saw eyes. That's interesting. I saw dark eyes. Somebody here might have like brown or dark brown eyes that is watching me. But yeah, that's what your spirit guides want you to know, okay? A huge blessing that is coming to you is a new community, or like a new friend in your community, or like an addition to your friend circle. And this person is very trustworthy, or this person is really going to make you feel good about being sensitive, or you guys are going to be somewhat of a dream team, because they're hard, you're soft, is what I'm picking up here, okay? And if there has been any people that have been laughing at your sensitivity, they're not going to be laughing for too long, okay? Because sometimes God wants to prove a point. Sometimes God in the universe wants to prove a point, and sometimes they prove a point by making somebody successful. Sometimes the universe and God, that's why you always see these come up stories when people that got bullied somehow end up in a big position, or something about where people don't treat people properly until they're like rich or have money and stuff like that, and then these people don't want to have anything to do with this person anymore. This is literally God, or the universe, literally God and the universe teaching these people a lesson that integrity means that you do the right thing even when nobody's watching, and that you treat everybody with a kind heart and a kind spirit. Because I'm hearing, if you are nice to me but mean to the waiter, I don't trust you. This is literally what I'm hearing from God. God doesn't trust people that are nice to them but mean to his or her children. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like where people are only nice to certain people, and God does not like that, or Spirit does not like that. Spirit has a way of teaching these people by putting people like you in a position of power, by shining the light of glory on you, by making you successful, by somehow giving you a big blessing so that people learn, hey, Next time I'm going to make the right decision. Next time I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to see this person's worth before they become successful. Does that make sense? That's what your spirit guides want you to know. So you might actually end up being a huge lesson for people that sensitivity is a superpower. And then I'm also hearing and that God sees everything is what I'm picking up here, okay? So pile number 1, that's all I had for you guys. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading here. I really, really love it. I'm also hearing for some of you guys, you're also going to be blessed with a new job. Somebody who's going to get blessed with a new job. And I feel like you're going to be very happy about this new job. I'm not going to lie. I pick up like an energy where somehow I'm seeing like a boss or a manager that is really going to appreciate your sensitivity, or that is really going to appreciate how you're sensitive but you're also hardworking, or that you have a way of being logical but also being sensitive or using your intuition. That's what it feels like to me. So for some of you guys, there's a new job on the horizon. For others of you, I feel like there's an addition to your community or an addition to your friend circle that is about to come to you, and you're definitely going to celebrate something here, okay? For some of you guys, it's literally, let me get one last card here with the Ace of Pentacles, because why not? Okay, let's see. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like your spirit guides are currently trying to give you the information so that you can go on a journey, on a road to success. Okay, so I'm picking up the energy where there's like, just imagine you're sitting in a room and everything is energy, and then spirit is like, I'm seeing spirit like throwing a feather in front of you. You know, this feather is like slowly but surely falling to the ground, and as you look at this feather, you have an idea. Does that make sense? As you look at this feather, you have an idea, and this idea is the beginning to your road to success. Okay, may that be in love, in friendship, in work, but that's what it feels like to me here, okay? Because you noticed it. Other people would have not noticed it, but you notice it, and because you do, you have this brilliant idea that brings great fortune to you, okay? Pile number 1, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you like this reading. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my lovely pile number 2, welcome to your reading, guys. If you did not watch the intro, as you can tell by the title though, we're gonna look at what is your destiny, or what is God's plan for you, or what is the plan of the universe when it comes to you, okay? If you're new to my channel, I usually channel the energy and then I show you the cards here and there, okay? So that's what we're gonna do now. That's the plan. Pile number 2, what is your destiny, or what is God's plan for you, or the plan of the universe for you? There is a father figure coming through. It could be a grandpa, it could be a brother, it could be a cousin. It could be a father from the other side. Not for everybody, but hear me out, okay? For others of you, if it's not somebody who has departed, it doesn't even have to be a father figure. It could actually be anybody from your family, but I specifically pick up like a male energy. But I'm hearing something about, even if it's not somebody from the other side, I'm hearing your father will understand. So there could be an energy where for some of you guys, you might be a little bit, you might be asking yourself, how can you explain something to your father, or to your grandparent, or to your brother? And I'm hearing your spirit guide saying, or this departed loved one, it depends on what's going on in your life, I'm hearing your father will understand. And I'm hearing, I will make your dad, I will make your father, I will make your brother understand, okay? So there's something about where for some of you guys, you might be worried because we have father healing here. So there could be an energy where you might be a little bit worried about, or that's what your spirit guides want you to know. For some reason, it's a strong topic here where there's something about like, I'm hearing different things, so just take it how it resonates. For some of you guys, your spirit guides want you to know you're not going to end up like your father. For some of you guys, you might be worried that you're gonna develop the same negative habits or the same, you know, negative energy that your dad has. And you might be worried like, hopefully I'm not going to be like that with my children, and your spirit guides want you to know you're way too intelligent, or this is not God's plan. God's plan is that you break this toxic cycle in your family by being a good father, or by being a good mother, or by being a healthy father or a healthy mother, or by being a smart father or a smart mother, is what I'm picking up, or making better decisions than your parents, and you do not have to worry that you're going to end up in the same position as your parents, okay? Not even in a bad way, but you just maybe feel like you want to do more with your life and you don't want to do the same mistakes that your family has done or your parents have done. And your spirit guides want you to know this could be further from the truth. This is just like a fear that you have in mind, but it's not really like, I'm not seeing anything like that in the cards here, okay? So you do not have to worry about it. I see actually a very successful future for you, but again, we're going to talk about it in a second. For others of you, there could be an energy where you're asking yourself, how will I be able to explain something to my father or my brother or my cousin or something along those lines? Will they understand me? And I'm hearing they will understand you, or there's a spirit guide. Let's say, for example, you have issues with your dad. You love your dad. You have a good connection, but you don't know if your dad will understand your decision or what you're doing or your path or something along those lines. And I'm hearing that there's a spirit guide that you have that will make your dad understand. The spirit guide will show signs to your dad, or will give a prophetic dream to your dad, or will somehow contact your dad or contact this family member to understand where you're coming from. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like as if God or the universe is going to explain to your dad that you have a pure heart and that your decision is in alignment with God in the universe. That's what it feels like to me. So you do not have to worry about it. The universe will literally prove to your dad or some type of family member that you actually have a good connection with. There's going to be some type of like how the universe proves to your dad or your mom that you are on the right path, that your path is in alignment with God in the universe, and that you're doing the right thing, okay, or that you're making the right decisions, or that you are very intelligent and you know what to do, okay? For others of you, I'm picking up the energy here because we have you spread your wings. This is going to be a very interesting reading. We have you spread your wings, and it says, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So your spirit guides are saying it's a perfect timing for, wow. What is it the perfect timing for? I almost want to say it's the perfect timing for you to experience success or to find... This is going to be interesting. If you come from my Patreon, okay, this is just for my Patreons. Like, I want to give you an extra message here for my Patreons. Do you guys remember in the last collective reading, or the first collective reading that I've ever done, I talked about you're very close to a treasure? Here it is. Now I'm seeing it. Does that make sense? I felt it in the reading on Patreon, but here you can literally see the treasure. So I'm picking up a strong energy where your spirit guides want you to know, oh, you're destined to experience a huge success moment. It's the perfect time for you. It's just a matter of days, weeks, maybe a few months, but this, I'm hearing this year. Wow. Okay, listen to me. Whenever you click on this video, this is the year where you're meant to experience huge success. May that be huge success in love. For some of you guys, it's huge success in love, and for others of you, it's huge success with your career or huge success with your stability. For some of you guys, it's also the year where you're meant to be seen by people, or your channel is meant to blow up. You're meant to attract a lot of people, or you're meant to somehow be visible to people. Or I also want to say something to you guys. If you have been in isolation mode, if you have been hiding, is what I'm picking up here. Spirit guides are saying, hold on. Your spirit guides are saying now's the perfect time for you. Whenever you click on this video, it's somehow the perfect time for you to go out and connect with people and go on a dating app and go on dates with people and, you know, like register for this dating app and something about like meeting with people. There's something about it's the perfect time for you to network and to talk to people, but it's also the perfect time for you to somehow blow up and be extremely successful. Literally what I'm hearing is this is your year. Your destiny that this is going to be your year. At the end of this year, you're going to feel like that was the most successful year of my life. May that be super successful in love, super successful with money, super successful with my career, super successful with finding my new apartment. Okay. What is happening here? Because I pick up like I pick up different energies here. So give me a moment, guys. I'm being brought to a Bible verse, which is weird. Give me a moment. Hold on. And I don't read the Bible, so please don't quote me on anything. But I'm picking up... I also keep picking up something about somebody's birthday. Hold on. Okay. I'm just going to say it. It might mean something to somebody. So it's Isaiah 31:5, and it says, like birds hovering overhead, the Lord Almighty will shield Jerusalem. He will shield it and deliver it. He will pass over it and will rescue it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So birds could be very significant for you right now, or the symbolism of birds could be very significant right now. Okay. It says he will shield it and deliver it. He will pass over it and will rescue it. Okay. So I pick up like a strong energy. Give me a moment. I want to know what this is about. We have the yoke here and it says like feeling tight. Ooh, look at it. I feel like this is your past. I feel like you feel tied down. You were holding yourself back from going out, from going on dates, from meeting people. Maybe you even, I'm also picking up somebody is about to have the courage to put themselves out there, to launch your website, to launch your business, or to make a big step in your career. And it's going to be very successful. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm picking up. There's something about your mind is clear. Your mind is on the right path. Something about you are in alignment with the universe. You are in alignment with God. Okay. Or somehow, I don't know. I even picking up. I'm even picking up here there's something happening here where I pick up that, again, in your past, you were feeling tied down. Maybe you were feeling tied to somebody. Maybe you felt like somebody's pulling on your energy. Maybe you felt like what your parents are going to think about you is holding you back, or possibly even like your father, what your father's going to think about you was holding you back, or something along those lines. Something about where you felt like maybe even health issues held you back from going out and meeting people. Confidence issues held you back from going out and meeting with people. And I don't know what you guys are doing, okay? I don't know what you guys are doing. This might be praying more, journaling more. Maybe you bought like crystals, or you did some protection, whatever you are doing. I don't know what you have done, but you've made a right decision. I'm picking up the energy where your spirit guides are saying, it's almost like the energy where you have the key to the treasure chest, or you have the key to this box. Does that make sense? So what your spirit guides want you to know is you made the right decision. I don't know what this means. This could be, I'm literally hearing something about you bought the right crystal, or you made the right protection spell, or you did a journal entry, you bought the right book, you bought the right candle, you found the right manifestation technique, you prayed again, or you started praying again. There's something going on where you made a right decision. You made a really smart move, and I don't know what you have done. Let me see what you have done. Okay, because we have your creative expression. For others of you, you are about to make this move, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have done it already. It says God's divine creativity is expressed through your actions. So again, I feel like your creativity led you to, again, buy something, do something, and whatever you have done, it is working. I don't know what you have done, but it is working, or its magic is unfolding right now. For example, you bought a bracelet to manifest. You bought the perfect bracelet to manifest, or you bought a candle, or you bought a book, or maybe you even threw a lot of stuff away out of your, room. You cleaned. There's something happening here where whatever you have done was genius. I'm hearing you made a genius move, or something about where nothing is holding you, there's nothing holding you back anymore from experiencing success. This could even literally be that you bought a cream or a lotion that is perfect for your skin, or you found the right therapy, you found the right mantra, you found the right meditation music. You have done something that brought your energy, like I keep picking up the energy way here where you are healing your mind, or your mind is very healed, or something about you see clearly again. Maybe for some of you guys, you felt like you don't see clearly again, you were very confused, and I'm picking up the energy how your creativity led you to clarity. This is so funny how your creativity led you to clarity, and for some of you guys, your spirit guides want you to know your creativity will lead you to clarity, because for all we know, God is an artist, and artists are creative, right? So when you are creative, you are in the energy of God. You kind of like celebrate the energy of God. You celebrate the energy of the universe. That's why we call God the creator. Hearing the language of God and the universe is creativity, is art, is music, is sound, is mystery. Yeah, I'm also saying for some of you guys, you have mastered to understand the language of the universe, okay? I'm picking up something about you learned how to decode signs, you learned how to read omens, or you somehow, I'm hearing you're ready for the success to come to you, okay? If you have been feeling like, I don't know if I'm ready, or even if you felt like you want to meet people, you want to go on dates, but something inside of you told you you're not ready, I'm hearing you are ready. Listen, it says the perfect timing. It's the perfect timing for you to network, meet with people. It's a perfect time for you to call in success, because I'm picking up you're now strong enough to handle whatever is coming towards you, okay? Because with the Six of Wands, this can be quite overwhelming, where maybe there's lots and lots of people that are about to come to you. I don't know why. Or you are about to meet multiple people, or you are about to meet multiple soulmates, and it's like it's going to really change your life, right? When there's like 3 new people coming to you, or something about you're now ready to be in a leadership position, you are now ready to lead people, you are now ready to and it's funny because I've done one reading like that, right? I was saying, oh, you know, it's the perfect time, because I was like, how do you say that? I was a little bit triggered when somebody said it's not the right time, and I know they don't mean it in a bad way, but I feel like we sometimes have to be careful with our words, so to use them carefully, basically. But yeah, I don't know, there's something about it's the perfect time for you. I'm also saying for some of you guys, you are about to see a lot of success with your creativities, or one of your creative ideas is about to blow up, or something about where your creativity is going to bring something very significant to you, such as like a soulmate, such as a very influential person, even if it's not you who's about to become very successful or about to blow up or about to be seen. You are now ready to meet this person, and this person might be very popular, might be very influential, might be in the public eye. You are now ready to meet them, okay, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, the card here also says your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. For some of you guys, I pick up that there's a grandparent or a parent that says that they are taking care of your love life, okay? So if they feel like this man or this woman next to you is the one for you and is good for you, they're going to show you omens. And if it's not the case, they're also going to come through and show you omens. So they're basically trying to guide you to the right man or the right woman, is what I'm picking up here. And I'm picking up the energy here. Hold on. I keep picking up the energy of cutting yourself loose from your family, or cutting yourself loose from toxic family, or cutting yourself loose from the opinion of your family. And again, for others of you, and I said that in pile number 1, the universe and God has a way of teaching people a lesson. And the way the universe or God does that is they usually put somebody in a position of power, or they're showering a person with abundance and love and glory to just show people that, hey, you know, if you are a person with a good heart, because people sometimes say, and it's possibly or probably true to some extent, because I never see something in black and white. It's always like a scale. As much as some people thrive because they're mean and they do bad stuff, even if they have success, it's still dirty success, right? And it's somehow going to catch up with like nightmares or health issues or whatever. But if something is like from God or the universe, it's clean, so it doesn't come with any baggage, or you are protected when it comes to what this energy comes with. Does that make sense? So there's something about where your spirit guides or God wants to show, God wants you to be the role model for your family. Dang, that's a big role, and not everybody's gonna like it. Okay. I'm picking up the energy. You're supposed to be the role model for your siblings, or you're supposed to be the role model even for your father or your mother. That God shows you. I don't want to cry. I do not want to cry. I'm hearing that God shows you. I'm also hearing somebody like your father or your grandpa or your mom is so proud of you. Like if she's on the other side, she is so proud of you. And if she sees that somebody's doing something bad behind your back, she's not playing, or your grandpa's not playing. Okay, your grandpa, your dad, your stepdad on the other side, they're not playing. If they see anybody in your family doing something toxic, they're right there with you. They're protecting you from that energy, okay? But I'm hearing you're supposed to be a role model for your family. Okay, you're supposed to be a role model for your brother or your sister. I'm hearing you are the reason why your brother or your sister, not like for some of you guys, you might have like toxic siblings, so it's not gonna apply. But if you have a good connection to a smaller sister, a smaller brother, or a bigger sister, a bigger brother, doesn't matter. It depends on how you feel about your siblings or what's going on. But I'm hearing because of you, your sibling is going to become a great person, because they're seeing, like, they see you as a role model, and that's why they become such a great person, such a great man, or such a great woman. Or I'm also hearing you're here to change the hearts of people, or you're here to bring love to people, or you're here to show, I'm hearing you're here to show God's love. This is intense, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Or you're meant to show that true love still exists, where your spirit guides are blessing you with a true love story, and they want you to spread the word. God wants you to spread the word about how love at first sight still exists, how, you know, loyalty still exists, how faithfulness still exists, okay, is what I'm picking up here. And for others of you, I'm also hearing, for some of you guys, I'm also hearing you recently cut toxic family members out of your life, and your spirit guides want you to know that's the reason why nothing is holding you back anymore. The energy of your family members was holding you back, but as you were communicating clearly to them that you want to be by yourself, or you want to do something on your own, or where I'm picking up, it's even if it's not that you told it to them, but you made a promise to yourself to trust yourself and to trust God. In that moment, you kind of like activated or unlocked this success to come to you, is what I'm picking up here, okay? Let me see. Why is the Six of Wands here? Things are about to turn around in your life. Get ready. That's all I'm going to say. Get ready, because things are about to turn around in your life. I don't know what you've done. I'm also picking up, there's something about the end of family sorrow, or if somebody has been sending you negative energy in your family, I'm picking up that this energy can no longer touch you, or somehow there's an end to toxic energy from your family, or it can no longer reach you. Okay, for some of you guys, you maybe have done like a ritual cord cutting, you declared something, you did a journal entry where you reclaimed your power, you reclaimed your independence and your individuality, that you're not going to compromise who you are just to make your family happy, because, you know, you want to be truthful to yourself. And being truthful to yourself means that you are in alignment with the universe and with God, okay? But again, I feel like you're supposed to be a role model. Okay, I feel like you're supposed to be a role model here to your siblings, or to your dad or your mom, or you're supposed to teach your dad or your mom something significant here. Oh, that's a big energy here. Okay, so we have unforeseen treasure. Okay, I'm picking up the energy here that your savings account is about to be filled, because look at the card that came out. So some of you guys, you're like, damn, I need more money in my savings account, or I'm trying to save for something, I need more money, is what I'm picking up here. Okay, and your spirit guides want you to know that's where this treasure is coming to you. It says an unforeseen windfall. It says unforeseen. So as much as you are prepared for it, you're still not going to be prepared for it, is what I'm picking up here. Or it's still going to come, you know, when you least expect it. I mean, you do expect it now because you know about it now, but your spirit guides are saying it's still going to be like a surprise. It could be as you are outside with friends, as you are on a date, all of a sudden you check your email and then there's like this big opportunity in front of you. So it says an unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So I'm hearing there's new money coming to you, there's new opportunities coming to you, there's new sources of income coming to you. Yeah, I'm seeing something about 3 sources of income. So for some of you guys, there's somebody here is meant to have at least 3 sources of income, or you are about to have 3 sources of income is what I'm picking up here. Somebody here is also going to find a lot of success as a photographer. Okay, somebody here is going to find a lot of success as a photographer, or as like an artist, a painter, as somebody behind the camera or behind the scenes is what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. Why is the 6 of Wands here? What's going on? So it's something about it's the perfect time for you to experience success. You're ready now. You're ready now. Say it one more time. You're ready now. In this moment, you're ready now. It's about to come. The whole energy of feeling frustrated or feeling like your family weighs you down, it's a no. Somehow I feel like there's also an energy of like, I feel like you now know how to protect yourself from that energy, or there's some type of shield around you that won't let this negative energy penetrate you anymore. And if you don't get dragged down by negative energy, you are freaking unstoppable. And for others of you, spirit guides are saying continue to follow your creativity, because creativity is the language of the universe, is the language of God. Okay, where's the 6 of Wands here? Queen of Swords, King and Queen of Swords. One more. Where's the 6 of Wands here? Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, I'm going to show it to you. For some of you guys, you are about to be successful when it comes to manifesting your dream apartment. Okay. For some of you guys, you're going to be successful with your online business. I'm seeing lots and lots of money. Do you see that in the background here? You are about to blow up, or there's something about there's about to be a lot of money that is coming to you. Okay. You're going to have enough money to buy your own car, or you're going to have enough money to relocate, or to find your dream apartment, or to relocate to the place that you always wanted to go to. Okay, because we also have here plenty of material things. So you are about to be showered with money and opportunities and a lot of things. Because I keep picking up, I don't know, again, I don't know what you have done, but you've done something right. You somehow unlocked this energy here, okay? Because you made the right decision, because you learned everything that you need to learn, because before you become the Queen of Swords, you go through Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, on and on and on and on. And then you are the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So this has been a long journey. I would even say like for the last 3 years or something. You learned everything that you need to learn about toxic family, setting boundaries, making healthy decisions, learning how to deal with, I don't know, like people around you or something along those lines. Or it has been a long period of isolation, but you are now ready. It's like literally a spirit guide is saying the isolation time is over. You learned everything. There's no need for you to be in isolation anymore, because you're strong enough, you're protected enough, you're healthy enough. Your mind is strong enough for whatever is coming here. Because if you're mentally not strong enough for something, your spirit guides are not going to send it to you. Okay, because one of the most precious things is our mental health and our mind. If the mind doesn't function, everything else is fucked up. But if the mind works, no matter in what circumstances you are, you're going to get out there, right? If you know where the door is, you're going to find your way out. But you need a sharp mind for that. Your mind is sharp enough in order for you to experience whatever this energy here is. Okay, for some of you guys, you're going to celebrate your success. You're going to feel very healthy, like mentally. If you had problems like mentally, I feel like you are about to really enjoy what it feels like to be a healthy human being, or to be like mentally so healthy. That's what it feels like to me. For some of you guys, this is a journey. This is a chapter in your life where you're mentally on optimal health, or physically on optimal health, or something about your mental health issues are nowhere to be found, or you are about to experience that, okay? I'm hearing this is going to happen within the next 3 months. That's what it feels like to me here. Okay, between the next, yeah, I would say the next 3 months. I would not even say 6 months. For some of you guys it could be, but I pick up 3 months. Let's see where the open relationship is here. Yeah, 10. Ooh. I feel like for some of you guys, you said goodbye to some type of relationship here. You said goodbye to a friendship. You said goodbye to a family member. You said goodbye to, like, I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. I'm also hearing you can no longer get manipulated anymore. Your mind is so sharp and so strong that you cannot get manipulated anymore. And your spirit guides, you were destined to reach this level of like headstrong energy, kind of like where your spirit guides have been trying to make you headstrong the last 3 years. Okay, now you're ready. But I pick up like you either were betrayed by your last partner, or a family member, or somebody that you let in your home, like friends and stuff like that, that were almost like family. And wow, I'm also saying for some of you guys, you're healing from some type of betrayal where it's kind of like, I'm scared to go out, I'm scared to meet people, I've got hurt before. And your spirit guides want you to know, let me tell you something. I understand that we sometimes, and listen to me, I know exactly how you're feeling. So don't think that I just experienced good and everything was fine and dandy. I speak from experience. I know how hard it is to like accept that somebody that is close to you stabbed you in the back. But there must at least be one person in your life at some point, or even like a stranger, that had the most genuine smile, or said the most beautiful thing to you, that gave you the most beautiful compliment. You know, it would be so sad to not open your heart and your spirit to people that are in alignment with God. People that have a genuine heart and a genuine soul. Because you know there's people out there that are genuine, okay? Because it's like, I understand, like you're fearful, like, oh my God, is this going to happen to me again? Is somebody going to betray me again? I'm going to be on my own. I'm going to do this on my own. Listen to me, I totally understand it. Don't get me wrong. I've been there and I'm still learning. But I also know that there's sometimes I look at people and I can see what a beautiful heart this person has. I can literally see how much love this person has in their eyes. And then I'm telling myself, like, why would I, you know, like hold myself back from being hugged and loved and kissed by a person that has a genuine heart, that has such a beautiful heart. And this heart was created by God, you know, was created by the universe. And why would I hold myself back from experiencing great love and true love and genuine people, and people that kiss me on my forehead and love me, and people that, you know, talk positively about me behind my back, and people that want to throw surprise parties for me, and people that cry, you know, like when something good happens for me because they're genuinely happy. Why would I miss out on that just because of Rotten Tomatoes or because of shitty people? Okay, there's always two sides to the coin. Some people, their heart is connected to God. And when people's heart is connected to God, they know that you need to do the right thing when nobody's watching. Only people that are not connected to God in the universe are betraying you. Why? Because they think nobody's watching when they betray you. People that believe in God in the universe, and even if they don't believe in God in the universe, that believe in love, they know I have to do the right thing even behind, when nobody's watching, or even behind somebody's back. Okay? And I pick up that's what you are attracting. Okay? That's what you are about to experience, pile number 2. Okay? The time is over for snakes and untrustworthy people. The time is over because at some point people could manipulate you. People could manipulate you, but they can't anymore. Your mind is way too sharp. Your energy is way too strong. Your energy is way too strong for people to be able to drag you down again. Way too strong. I don't know what you've done. Let me actually get one last card here. What has pile number 2 done to be in such a strong energy here? I feel like you have been listening to somebody's guidance, or you have been, I'm hearing you have been noticing like a detail. It's kind of like, I'm noticing that this person is doing this. I'm noticing that this person is wearing that. I'm noticing that this person is thinking that, and I want to do that too because I see this person being strong or successful, and I want to be strong and successful too. So I'm going to do as this person does. For some of you guys, okay? For some of you guys, I feel like you have looked at another person and you somehow got inspired by their strength, or by their words, or by their strength, or by their story, and you somehow got inspired by this person and you've done something, okay? You somehow try to kind of like get inspiration, and then you also do it in your life. Like, oh my God, this person seems like they're very healthy, and then you observe them, what they're doing in order to be this healthy, and then you do it too in your life. That's what it feels like to me here. And for others of you, you are about to do that, okay? What has pile number 2 done that brought them this strong energy here? For some of you guys, I feel like you have been very truthful with yourself. Kind of like you started to write a journal entry, or you started to take your healing very seriously, or you found a creative way to somehow heal yourself, or to somehow heal your heart is what I'm picking up here. For some of you guys, you started to speak your future into existence by writing it down, or by thinking it into existence, writing it into existence, or how do you say that? Thinking it into existence, writing it into existence, or yeah, something like that, or visualizing it. For others of you, there could be an energy where you found yourself being stronger connected to nature. May that be through food, or going out more, or meditating outside instead of inside. For others of you, you definitely bought some type of jewelry that somehow protects you, or something about for some of you guys, it's also connected to a jewelry piece, or connected to like an object that you bought. It could be a statue, it could be a candle, but you brought something into your home, or something into your wardrobe, or I don't know, you have done something, okay? Is what I'm picking up here. Yeah, and for others of you, I feel like you went into your subconscious mind, or you analyzed a dream that you had. For some of you guys, you analyzed a dream that you had, or you went into your subconscious mind, or you are about to do that, and you're going to be very successful after you've gone into your subconscious mind trying to figure out why you feel the way you feel. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Bottom of the deck, yeah. I feel like you gained a lot of clarity about why you act the way you act. I actually did a community post where I was asking you guys, like, what have you learned about yourself? I feel like you learned a big lesson about yourself, which is also the reason why you are now ready. Something about your head is strong enough, your mind is now strong enough for this to take place, or for this like your clarity is strong enough, or something along those lines here, okay, for you to experience that. Or you cut somebody off, and by you cutting somebody off, you released their energy that was dragging you down, and now it's showtime. The light is green, it's showtime, it's time for this to happen, okay? So pile number 2, your destiny is to experience divine timing, right timing, to experience success. Basically, to keep it short and simple, it's time for you to experience what it feels like to live a healthy life, or to live a life that is in alignment with God in the universe, where you don't compromise and you make decisions that are healthy for you. They could piss other people off, but the quality of your life is just phenomenal. Is what I'm picking up here. You are meant to experience, or the plan of the universe was to teach you how to release baggage, even when it comes to people, and to show you the importance of mental strength and mental health, to show you the importance of following your creativity and I'm also and listening to people that already have made it somehow, some way, okay? Or to kind of like because I pick up like an energy where you felt a strong, because if I think about a father, so for some of you guys, you maybe even don't have a father, and I pick up like the energy for some of you guys, you are ready to experience like okay, listen to me, this is not going to be for everybody, just take it how it resonates, okay? So for some of you guys, I also pick up the energy here, just listen to me. If it doesn't resonate, just don't take it, but somebody needs to hear that. I'm hearing somebody here, you have been a lot in your masculine energy, because maybe you didn't have a dad that supported you financially or emotionally, or maybe you were always like supposed to be the breadwinner in your family, which never allowed you to be like feminine, or where you very early on started to be like in this hustler energy, in this work energy, in this ambition energy, in this like, you know, getting things done and grinding and hustling and stuff like that, which is a very masculine energy. And you didn't have the time to experience your feminine energy to the fullest, because you were in survival mode. You were here to hustle and grind and achieve and be the man of the household, or you know, I'm even picking up, listen to me, for some of you guys, I'm even picking up an energy where you have been like a role model for like your siblings, especially like your male siblings, because there's something very masculine inside of you, but it's like the strength of like a father that takes care of his family, or the strength of a, you know, like the strength of a masculine energy that wants to achieve something, that doesn't back down, that wants to achieve something. And I'm not just talking about money, I'm also talking about, I want to achieve mental health, I want to achieve social skills, I want to be, you know, like I want to be a role model to people, or I want to do the right thing, I want to, you know, like help my family or help my siblings or something along those lines. So you didn't really have the time to be in your feminine energy and to let your hair loose. And now it is time for you to be in your feminine energy and let your hair loose and let things come to you and attract things, and be in your sexy energy, be in the energy of romance and love and kissing and enjoying yourself and pleasure, because it's almost like where your hard work is now paying off, and now you're just enjoying you know, the fruits of your labor. Which also then gives you, and even if you are a masculine, it doesn't matter, because we all have masculine and feminine energy, but then it gives you like the space to breathe and just, you know, enjoy life, because enjoying life and, you know, like eating, I don't know, like how do you say that, grapes, and drinking out of like a coconut, how do you say that, like a coconut bowl and stuff like that, that is a very feminine energy where you just enjoy yourself. Okay, for some of you guys, I'm picking up the energy here where it's the perfect time for you to enjoy the love of a woman. So for a lot of you guys, if you are a masculine, I feel like you are meant to meet a significant woman in your life and to enjoy the beauty of, or the beauty of how nurturing and loving a woman can be in your life. It actually doesn't matter what you're looking for, but if you like women, I feel like you are about to get ready to just experience, like, if it's not your own energy, I feel like for a lot of you guys it is, but for some of you guys in particular, it's time for you to experience like how beautiful, like the beauty of a woman next to you, or the beauty of like how a woman loves you, or how she nurtures you, how she cooks for you, how she cares for you. And then on the other hand, For a lot of you guys, if you're looking for a masculine, I feel like you are ready to experience what it feels like to be in the arms of a masculine that takes care of you, and you don't have to be the breadwinner, you don't have to be the survivor, where you somehow have like backup. That's what it feels like to me, where you maybe didn't have backup. You actually, listen, you didn't have backup, you had backstabbers. Okay, so again, for some of you guys, it's your own work where you just enjoy yourself, and for others of you, it's literally time for love. And your spirit guides are saying you are ready to experience like the strength of a masculine that takes care of you, or that has your back, or that makes you feel like you don't have to do something on your own, which is totally fine. Again, I always believe in a scale. Independent, yes. Team player, yes. Both energies. I'm not saying codependent, I'm saying a team player. Energy between like two people that fall in love with each other, it's actually team play. Okay, when you fall in love with a person, you are in a partnership. It's team play. It's not codependent. Independent, hello, yes. Team player, absolutely. Okay, so pick up for some of you guys, you're now ready to experience it, because I'm picking up for some of you guys, it's also time for you to go on dates, or to kind of like mingle with people. And even if it is not romantic, it's like a male best friend or a female best friend, and instead of you always giving it to other people, it's time for you to receive. Literally, it's time for you to receive love, you know, and not always give all the time. It's time for you to receive. Whew, that took some time over here, huh? Future me, it could also be the other way around, where you have been in your feminine energy, nurturing and caring for yourself, and really deeply practicing self-care and loving on yourself, and being kind of like a nurturing mother to yourself. And now your masculine go-getter energy is activated, which is bringing like a lot of success to you. There's something about like either your feminine energy is activated, where you finally learned how to receive and how to find yourself feeling like you can allow yourself to receive. Because again, feminine energy is all about loving yourself so much that you feel comfortable receiving gifts and blessings, and looking at yourself and feeling like, hey, I deserve a good life. I deserve to make money. I deserve to have a good man, a good woman, you know, and I think I'm a lovely person, you know. That's the feminine energy. And if you really think you are a lovely person and you deserve success, and that the universe loves you, and that because you are such a lovely soul, that it is totally normal for you to receive blessings, and that people are kind to you, and that people want to help you, that's when the feminine energy is fully activated. And the masculine energy, just see where you are at in life. You could also be in the middle, but I feel like something is activated, either feminine or masculine energy. And then the masculine energy is all about go-getter, being very disciplined, where you're like, fuck it, I'm going to get over my laziness, I'm going to get over my procrastination, I'm going to get up early, I'm going to work, I'm going to be disciplined, I have enough focus, where you find yourself being headstrong and focused and disciplined, and you're okay to kind of like do the same thing over and over again until you succeed. And that's where you build like a strong muscle for long-lasting success, instead of like instant gratification or instant dopamine hits. You learn that, you know, true success usually comes like with long-term changes, or when you do something long-term and consistently. So that's when you activate your masculine energy, that is go-getter and structured and very focused and doesn't get distracted, if that makes sense. Also hearing something else as I'm just editing your video, because sometimes spirit will not let me rest until everything, like all the messages, are out of my system. So spirit also told me there's something happening. It somehow makes sense in your life, but I pick up like an energy. I also, as I'm recording, I feel like an energy where you reach a peak with your spirituality, or a peak with your enlightenment. There's something about a peak. You are about to experience some type of peak. You're destined to experience some type of peak, because you've put a lot of effort and a lot of work into something. I almost want to say the last 3 years. For some reason I'm hearing the last 3 years. For some of you guys, I'm also hearing you started 4 months ago or 5 months ago or something along those lines. Okay, I'm also seeing a dollar bill, so this could also be significant here. Could be like a financial peak that I'm picking up here. I'm also seeing the angel number 444. But anyway, Spirit also told me to let you guys know that you know, talking about the feminine and the masculine energy in their strength, like the feminine energy in her strength. And they told me that the feminine energy, or do you know what I'm also hearing? This is so crazy. Like the energy of a goddess, a woman in power, or the power of feminine energy is about nurturing yourself back to life and back to optimal health, or to maintain your health, the health of the soul, the health of the spirit, the health of the mind, the health of the body. That's peak energy of a feminine energy, or like the feminine energy upon planet Earth is about nurturing yourself back to life or maintaining what you already built for yourself. That's why plants grow when you give them water and you talk to them and they get sunlight. You know, feminine energy makes you grow or gives you the endurance to keep moving. Love fuels you to endure a lot of pain, or love fuels you to endure a lot of stuff, because you know at the end of the day you do it for a bigger purpose. That is the peak energy of, like, you know, feminine or goddess energy. And then masculine energy, and we all have both inside of us. So don't get that wrong. And the masculine energy is about knowing that one has to sometimes sacrifice certain things in order to achieve something, right? It's a laser focus. It is embracing the spirit warrior inside of you, the warrior of light, the warrior of love, the warrior of truth, the warrior of I'm gonna exchange pleasure right now for consistency and order and structure. So the masculine energy in its peak form, first of all, is about protecting the ones that cannot defend themselves, but also it is about being able to sacrifice something for the greater good, or to embrace the spirit, to embrace the warrior inside of you, the warrior of love, the warrior of light, the warrior of truth, to embrace the soldier inside of you. And when you put these two energies together, it's a freaking dream team. May that be inside of your own body, but also with the people that you will call your soul tribe or your soulmates. Pile number 2, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you like this reading. I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my lovely pile number 3. Welcome to your reading, guys. If you have not listened to the intro, probably most of you have not, this reading is going to be about what God's plan is for you, or what the plan of the universe is for you, or what your destiny basically is. But I'm talking about in this very moment. I'm not talking about your destiny for the next, I don't know what years. I'm talking about right here, right now. This is your destiny at this point in time, okay? This is what God or the universe has planned for you, or has had planned for you all along. So let's look at your cards, pile number 3. I want to ask you a question. Did you recently have like weird dreams or a lot of deja vu moments? Or did you feel some type of way in the presence of somebody? Some of you guys, you recently received a gift, or you recently bought a gift for somebody is what I'm picking up here. Some of you guys, you recently cut off somebody, or you walked away from somebody is what I'm picking up here. You walked away from somebody, you cut somebody off, okay? And for others of you, you might be thinking about doing so. It's just a confirmation that this is your pile, okay? Somebody here recently bought a tuxedo or bought black clothing is what I'm picking up here. I'm also being brought to the color red, and I'm being brought to, let me see. Yeah, I'm being brought to kind of like where you bought something for your hair. It might be a hair product or it might be like hair jewelry is what I'm picking up here as well. Okay, someone here recently bought tea or is drinking tea right now or bought a teapot. And someone recently drank a cocktail or you're going out for cocktails is what I'm picking up here as well. I'm also being brought to somebody bought a new lamp or somebody is thinking of buying a new lamp. I'm also being brought to lanterns. Do you say lanterns? Like a lantern lamp? Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Yeah, but that's it. Anyway, let's begin your reading. What is happening here? So the first card that came out for you guys is pay attention to your dreams, and it says you are receiving divine guidance while you sleep. Even if you don't remember your dreams, the answers are in your unconscious mind where they appear in order to help you. Hold on, let me show you the card. So what I'm picking up here is pile number 3. Again, I want to ask you a question. Did you feel like a lot of deja vu moments lately? Or did you feel like, I don't know why my chair is creaking, I didn't even sit on it? Or like where you hear weird noises in the apartment, you don't know where it comes from. You maybe even experience like weird stuff with animals if they fly on your balcony, because I'm picking up something about a little bit of like paranormal activity, to be honest with you guys. And for others of you, it's straight up like dreams that are very weird or dreams that feel futuristic where you're like, I don't even know what the fuck I did there. I don't even know these people. And for others of you, you had particular dreams about a specific person. Okay, because we have here the card Mule, and it says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So if you have been asking yourself, will this person ever change? I don't know who it is, friendship, family, love, even at work, like is the situation ever gonna get better or is the situation ever gonna change? Most likely not. So I pick up an energy here where you are destined to understand that someone or something is not going to change and that it is up to you to stay or to go. Now you can ask me what happens when I go, and I will tell you, you will find happiness because I see it here. Your happiness will return to you. Now, if you stay, you're going to feel like your life is on hold with the Hanged Man here. So, hold on guys, I just want to channel the energy here properly. There could be an energy where you saw a situation through rose-colored glasses, and believe me when I say to you that I've done this many years, so when I say that there is no judgment at all, okay? So you could have seen somebody through rose-colored glasses. This might even be like a situation, a living situation, a work situation, a person, a friendship, through rose-colored glasses. And I feel like you recently noticed that you don't feel connected to this person anymore, or the distance might come from you, or it might come from them, or it might come from the both of you. And you might have asked yourself, will this situation change or will this person change? And your spirit guides are saying, no, they will not change. They're way too stubborn and way too prideful to do so. I'm also hearing if their mom or their dad could not teach them, why do you think you can? Or if God in the universe cannot teach this person, then why do you think you can teach them? Okay. I'm hearing only a person who wants to be helped can be helped. Or only a person who wants to be taught can be taught. So I pick up like a strong energy here where you are destined to realize that you have free will in this situation. But you should also know that if this person does change at some point, or the situation does change at some point, it might take some time So you have to ask yourself, do you want to sacrifice more of your precious time, you know, with the situation and not even knowing if it is really going to change? Because right now it looks like a small percentage, or like it looks like a small chance that somebody's changing, because they are very like they don't want to get taught and they don't want to be corrected. I'm hearing only a fool thinks he knows everything. And this might be a person who thinks they know everything. And this person might be telling you that you don't know nothing. But, you know, how can you always be right? Are you God Almighty? If you're not, then that's probably not possible. So pick up like a strong energy where your spirit guides are saying, you are destined to look back at a dream that you recently had. If you don't remember the dreams, then they might be saying they want you to look at the omens that you recently received around a certain person on a specific day. What happened on that day? Was it full moon? Was there something with the planets? Did you talk to somebody specifically on that day? They're saying it's time for you to connect the dots and see the situation for what it really is, to see something crystal clear. But you can only see it crystal clear when you look back, kind of like when you follow the trail. Do you say when you follow the trail? When you follow, like, when you look back. You know how in movies where you watch a movie and nothing makes sense until the end, where they show like a review, or they show like the dots that connected in the past that make sense in the end of the movie? That's what it feels like to me here, okay? Something about either omens that you recently received. And for others of you, it's literally that you had dreams and you thought, oh, it was just a dream. But there was like very significant information in that dream. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm watching Fast and Furious right now, and before I started recording, I think it's like part 6 or something, and there is this storyline where this woman forgot, or like she didn't remember her past. She was in some type of like accident, and then she forgot like her identity, or she forgot like who she was or what happened in her past. And then there was a guy that took advantage of that, because we have the card here, gift. The reason why I'm telling you that is because the words that the guy used in the movie. He said, when I saw you for the first time, I knew there was something special about you. You had a blank canvas because you didn't remember anything. It felt like a fresh new start when somebody starts their life completely new, because they don't remember anything from the past. It's like a blank canvas, right? So he said, like, I saw that you had a gift, you had a blank canvas. So for some of you guys, there might be an energy where your spirit guides, or you are destined to become like a great artist, or like a gifted artist, or somehow that you're supposed to use your artistic talents to I'm hearing to become a digital nomad, not for everybody, and for others of you for some of you guys, I'm also hearing you're channeling divine energy, or you're channeling God through your art, and you're supposed to spread angelic energy or God energy through your art, okay? Now, again, he said, like, you have a gift, you know, you have a blank canvas, but he didn't have the right intention. So there could be a strong energy where your spirit guides are trying to show you that somebody doesn't have the right intentions with you. For others of you, you might already know that, but you're still trying to look at a situation from different angles, and your spirit guides are saying it's not going to change no matter from which angle you look at it. So I feel like your destiny right now is to walk away from a situation, to take the risk, because you're not happy there anymore. Like, if you're happy where you're at, it doesn't make sense for me to tell you to move on. But if you're already the 8 of Cups, listen to me. It could be like a situation where something is not reciprocated. Does that make sense? Because the Ice Queen, look at that. We have the courting man and the Ice Queen, which tells me the man, because a courting man is interested. the courting man is interested. He wants to like give love to the woman and stuff like that. So there could be an energy where the masculine energy is very open, or the person who's the masculine in the relationship, in the friendship or whatever. Or there could even be an energy where your boss really likes you, but the job is really like not good for you. So even though the boss likes you, even though you have a good connection to the boss, you have to do what is best for you. Because now I'm seeing like I'm seeing Samantha. Do you guys remember that movie? Is it a movie scene? I think it is in the movie where Samantha said, "I love you, Sam, but I love myself more," or something along those lines, where, yeah, because he wanted to, like, he bought her like a ring and she was like, no, I want to buy it for myself, like I'm an independent woman and stuff like that. So I don't know, there could be an energy where, again, there's something about where there's two people, but one person is like all in and the other person is not, which could be the reason why there could be like a weird energy. Now, for others of you, your spirit guides are saying, let me actually see what the gift is. Yeah, okay, for others of you, I'm picking up the energy. If you leave your past behind you, like and again, I'm just a tarot reader, okay? I'm just a tarot reader. I'm not God Almighty. I'm just a tarot reader, okay? So listen to your intuition. Listen to what feels right to you. If you feel like what I'm saying is bullshit, don't take it, okay? The most important thing is that you listen to your intuition and not to some random tarot reader, even though you like this person. But I'm picking up the energy here of like, it's time for you to, let me see where the Ace of Cups is here. It's like something about it's time for you to explore new territory, a new job, a new way of living, a new lifestyle, a new friendship, or like I'm also in like a new dynamic. Like, for example, you're always the giver in a relationship or in a friendship, and it's time for you to experience what it feels like to be a receiver or be on the receiving end. There's something about changing the dynamic. For example, you're always the submissive one. You always are the one that gives the other person the benefit of the, like, where, because every time we are in connections, even if we don't notice it, we play certain roles. Like, one person is dominant, the other person is submissive. One person is more stubborn, the other person is more forgiving. One person is more like, because I'm picking up there's something for some of you guys, you're meant to kind of like experience, like, to be the dominant one in a friendship or relationship, or to make decisions for you and not for other people. Something about changing the dynamic. I usually make decisions for other people, now make decisions for myself. I usually like am very submissive and listen, but I think it's time for me to speak and be dominant and give commandments, or to find myself in a new position. It's kind of like when you are, for example, you are a student, but it's time for you to find out what it feels like to be a teacher, because you know what it feels like to be a student. Or it's time for you to experience what it feels like to lead a project instead of just, you know, like following instructions. And for others of you, you might have always led, you know, you might have always been in a leading position, but now it's time for you to listen to instructions. Does that make sense? Something about changing the dynamic. I'm usually the one that is submissive. It's time for me to be more dominant. I'm usually like the one that I'm usually the one that, I don't know, does one thing, but I want to change roles. I want to switch things up. I want to switch things, like the dynamic of a relationship is what I'm picking up here. Or to kind of question if you still feel connected to certain people in your life, because sometimes we fake the funk. And again, there's no judgment on my channel. I have been faking the funk, and then I told myself I can't. This is not right. I don't even want to be here. So why am I pretending that I want to be here? And it was really hard for me, but it does remind me of that situation where I had to tell somebody, hey, it's nothing against you, but I'm not feeling it anymore. Like, I don't know. I don't feel it, you know. I'm very adaptable. Like, I can adapt to the situation, but it doesn't mean that I'm happy or that I feel fulfilled. So you could find yourself feeling unfulfilled somehow, some way. And your spirit guides are saying this situation is only going to change if you change, okay, or if you make different decisions. Hold on. Because I'm hearing if you're making different decisions, you're going to find yourself in a different position. I heard like a rhyme. Okay. I don't know what the song is. Cause now I'm hearing the song Best Friend. So this could be like something about a best friend situation, or like a situation with a friend or somebody that you call your best friend, but I'm hearing something has changed. Okay. What else is coming through here? I'm also hearing, if I was your best friend, I want you around me all the time. So you could even feel like somebody's taking up too much time from you, where somebody wants to be around you all the time, but it's kind of like draining you. And it's time for you to kind of like fill or charge up your batteries here. If it's not that you completely want to walk away, it could just be like, hey, tell this person that you need more time for yourself, or that you need to recharge more often if you feel drained. But usually it's not a good sign to feel drained when you are with somebody. I don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to friendships. For others of you with the mule, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Insanity is wanting things to change, but changing nothing. What is it? Like, insanity is wanting for things to change, but that you continue to do things the way you've always done them. And again, no judgment here. We're all stubborn, right? We all have a way, we all have an area in our life where we are stubborn. Some people, it's easier for them to start eating healthy. They're not that stubborn in that area in their life, but they might be more stubborn with, like, I don't know, social media. Like, they cannot let go of social media. Does that make sense? So there's no judgment here, but insanity is wanting things to change. Oh yeah, insanity, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And for others of you, your spirit guides are saying, if you feel like, man, I feel like this is a waste of time, it probably is to some extent. I mean, you're still learning, so it's not really a waste of time, but I'm hearing there's something bigger and better out there for you. Okay. This whole reading could actually concern a woman in your life. So I don't even feel like it's like a man. I'm picking up it's like a friendship with a woman. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay. So if you are LGBTQ, this is definitely your pal, because we have same-sex energy here. And for those of you, whatever I'm talking about here could be like concerning a woman in your life, or a friend, or something like that. Okay, let me see. Why is the gift here? And I'm picking up the energy that you initiate for your life to change because you make a change. So it's not just the universe bringing a change to you. You initiate the change, like a domino effect, when you push one domino and then it changes the structure of the whole domino something. Okay, because we have blessed change here. For some of you guys, you might feel like, oh my God, I feel like things are changing. I feel like I don't feel the same way about my friends. I feel like I feel disconnected from this person. I don't feel happy in this job anymore. And you might think, oh man, like, what is happening? Like, what am I doing wrong? But it says a major life change brings you great blessings. So this change that you might be looking at as bad actually turns out to be good, or turns out to be a huge blessing somehow, some way. It's gonna make sense at some point, because I usually know gurus say, you know, this change might be looking bad. I'm hearing this song. I know someone here watching me doesn't like Drake. I'm also not a fan of Drake, but I keep hearing it. So I'm hearing like this God's Plan. I think it's literally the song God's Plan by Drake, where the guy, the little old man says, it might not be good, but thank God. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Something like that. But let's see, why is the gift here? There's something about, yeah, okay, listen to me. For some of you guys, there could be an energy where your spirit guides are saying, hold on, let me see. Why is the gift here? What is happening? Where's the gift here? I'm picking up like there's a job that pays more, or there's a way for you to make more money, or there's different sources of income. There's a different way for you to make more money. Yep, there's different ways for you to make money. Explore the territory, explore new territory when it comes to money, when it comes to jobs. For others of you, I'm picking up because the Five of Pentacles, he's like kind of sad with his, you know, budget or whatever. And for others of you, if it's not work, I'm picking up like there's friendships that are gonna make you happier, or there's connections that are gonna make you happier. You're not asking for too much. Wow, for some of you guys, you might actually be thinking that you're asking for too much and that you should be happy with what you have, and you're forcing yourself to be happy with what you have. While it is very humble and very beautiful for you to see the good and be happy with what you have, if it is a lie, it's not in alignment with the universe. Okay, your spirit guides are literally telling you that I'm even picking up the energy of like somebody who forgets your birthday, or something, like friends who forget your birthday, or friends who buy you gifts that don't even like, if they would really know you, they wouldn't buy you that gift. Does it make sense? Or something about like where a certain person doesn't appreciate you and another person would look at you as a blessing and really appreciate your friendship. So why stay in this bullshit ass energy? Okay, where's the gift here? What is going on? We have the Emperor. Where's the gift here? I'm also hearing that your mother already told you, like, because I'm picking up the energy here of like, not for everybody, but I'm picking up like a grandmother or a mother told you, hey, pile number 3, why do you let this person treat you like that? Or I don't know, I don't like your friend. Or again, not for everybody. If you tell me you don't like your mom and your mom is weird, then I'm not talking to you. But if you know you love your mom, if you tell me you have a good connection with your mom, maybe your mom or your dad might have told you like, hey, I think you deserve more. I think you deserve a better friend, or I think you deserve like a better paying job, or I see you in a bigger position, or I see way more potential inside of you than you think. And your spirit guides want you to know this is absolutely the truth here. Or you deserve someone who's more supportive of you. Okay. Let's see. Where's the gift here? 4 of Swords. Wow. Do you know what I'm hearing? Nobody is worth it that you compromise your peace or your health. Nothing is as important as your peace and your health. How do you function, or how do you achieve anything if you don't feel peace and health somehow, some way, to some extent? Okay, something about like nobody is worth losing over peace, or nobody is worth losing over sleep, or you know, like compromising your health. Okay. Let's see, one more. What's the gift card here? Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Your spirit guides are saying, as you leave the situation behind, it's gonna have a huge impact on your health. And once you start feeling healthy and feeling healed, that's when you attract like something big. Or I'm picking up like that there's a company that there's a better atmosphere in a different company, in a different building, in a different, there's something better out there for you. There's a different apartment that has better energy. There's a different like in case you're, you know, like house hunting or whatever, there's like a different company that has better atmosphere or better energy. There's a better paying job. There's a better way to make more money, or you can double your money. There's different, like there's a different to explore different territories, or to explore like different realms of possibilities is what I'm picking up here. Okay, something about like you can get more, I'm hearing you can get double of what you have right now, or something about like you can have more than what you think. Okay, or something along those lines. And again, you're gonna make a decision, or you already have done that decision, or you are about to, because you're gonna walk away from something. And it's not only going to be good for your heart and your soul, because you're listening to your heart and your soul, and then your heart and your soul becomes happy because you're not suppressing it. but you're also going to start that you're healing. May that be your skin is clearing up because you don't feel so stressed anymore, and then it has an impact on your confidence, and then you are confident, and then you meet a specific man or a specific woman. Or may that be like your mind is more calm, and because your mind is more calm, you start to become more creative, and as you become more creative, you find really cool, interesting jobs, or you find really cool, interesting ways of making money. Does that make sense? One last card. Yeah. Okay, we have the Four of Wands here. Because I'm picking up like something about where a situation is making you feel sad, or it drains you, or makes you feel unhealthy, and is clouding your judgment. It's kind of like where this energy doesn't allow you to see things clearly, or this energy doesn't allow you to have a calm mind. It's like, you remember, like, do you guys know when you are trying to remember, we talked about it, there's something about your spirit guides want you to remember something. Remember why you started, remember who you are, remember who you always wanted to be, remember your childhood dreams, remember this dream that you recently had, remember like your gift, remember your kind of like your strength, remember what you were gifted with, remember how you got out of a similar situation in the past. Something about remembering. Let's get one last card. What do you want pile number 3 to remember here? Yeah, the World card. Something about remember where you want to be in the future, or remember why you started, or remember what is your end goal, or what is why you even started this journey in the first place, or remember. I'm also saying finish what you started. Okay. So there's something about like you have more control than you think, but you think you don't have any control, but it's because somebody else's energy is influencing you when you walk away from them. For example, sometimes we want to remember something, and we think and think and think and think and think, and it doesn't come to us. But when we are relaxed, and when we are like doing something that doesn't have anything to do with what we were trying to remember, all of a sudden it comes to us. So kind of like when your mind is healthy, your eyes see things that you could not see when you felt like shit. Because sometimes when we feel like shit, certain things we cannot see that we could see if we didn't feel like shit all the time. Does that make sense? This is what I'm picking up here. Okay. And for others of you, this is asking you to, if it's not, but I feel like it's about another person, because we have the Two of Cups here. So I don't feel like it is you. I wanted to say like maybe it is you, but I don't feel like it is you. Okay. But if you know it is you, then, you know, just turn it around. It says, pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you, as they are answered prayers. Okay. But again, if your thoughts are always like, let's say, for example, you're always on the phone with somebody talking. You know, like, how can you hear your own voice or your own thoughts if somebody's always on the phone? Like, if somebody's always like talking, like, how do you hear your own thoughts, and how do you hear your own like ideas if this person's always talking? That's what it feels like to me here. So I don't know what this means to you guys. Okay, this could again just be like that you need a break for a few days, that you're destined to experience a break from a situation, or from a friendship, or from like to kind of like distance yourself and look at something from an outside perspective, so that things become clearer. Because when you're right in the middle, you don't see everything, but when you distance yourself, you can see things clearer, or to kind of like take a few days off of like the situation to analyze what's really going on within you, what you're feeling. What are the omens? How do you feel about something? Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. I want to get one last self-care oracle card for you guys. Okay, because I want to ask Spirit, what can you do about this situation? What can pile number 3 do about this situation? What can pile number 3 do about the situation? What can pile number 3 do about this situation? Okay, we have here SEX. I don't know how much I can show. I'm just gonna, you know, he's touching her something. Because, yeah, I'm hearing like, For some of you guys, you might be around a person because the eggplant is really good, or the peach cobbler is very good. I don't know. For others of you, I feel like your spirit guides or your God or the universe is saying it's time for you to experience your sexuality or something. I don't know what this is about, but I feel like there's something about like experiencing or like channeling your sexual energy and creating something out of your sexual energy. Not for everybody, but for some of you guys, it's like your sexual energy, that somehow there's a gift in your sexual energy. I don't know what this means. Okay. We also have you drink tea. Again, for some of you guys, and it's funny because we have drink tea and we have teapot here. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. For some of you guys, this might even be asking you to connect with somebody from the same sex to talk about this person. Like when you talk to a friend, that your friend has like they are neutral to that perspective, or they're neutral to the situation. And because they're neutral to the situation, they can make a better judgment because you're right in the middle and they're like looking inside from the outside. Okay. Yeah, so I'm hearing like to meet with somebody that you trust and to ask them how they see the situation is what I'm picking up here. Okay. And for others of you, I don't know what this means. For some of you guys, your spirit guides are saying like, sex is not a reason to stay with a person if that's the only thing that makes you happy in the relationship or in the situationship or whatever. And for others of you, there could actually be an energy. This is going to be very random. But for some of you guys, I'm picking up the energy here where your spirit guides want you to explore a little bit more in the bedroom. Or I pick up like your partner loves you, but they feel like you're a little bit distant recently. So if you love your partner and the only reason that you were distant was because you were caught up with your own issues or something that it's like it's a you problem, and pick up like the energy where your spirit guides want you to bring back the romance in your marriage or in your relationship, or they want you to surprise your partner to show them that you love them somehow, some way, with something that you do in the bedroom, or something about this might actually come to you where your partner's gonna come to you and surprise you in the bedroom. Or I'm also hearing, this is not gonna be for everybody, but I'm also hearing for some of you guys, it's like you having sex with your partner or having sex with like your boyfriend, your girlfriend is somehow gonna make things clear to you. Now this could be in a good way where you having sex with your partner, you release tension, and because you release tension, you see something clearly. But it could also mean that, you know, for example, you know how sometimes there's like a connection and the connection was always a little bit shaky, but the sex was always good. But then the sex starts to not become as good as it used to be, or there's less connection and love in the whole sex. So not even that fulfills anymore. And then one has to ask themselves like, if you want to continue this path. Okay, for some of you guys, I'm also hearing if you had sexual dreams or romantic dreams, it is indicating that somebody has a crush on you, or this could be an energy where you can sense that somebody's about to enter your life. And I feel like you're gonna have sex with this person, or there's some type of like sexual healing taking place with this person. Because again, this could be like an energy where your spirit guides are saying there's about to be a person is about to enter your life. And I pick up like where your spirit guides might be asking you to kind of like welcome this person with an open heart. Because with the Ice Queen, you could be like you could be a little bit closed off when it comes to love. But make sure that if you feel something for somebody, if you feel a spark, to not just push them away for the sake of independence. And I talked about it in pile number 2, because while I love independence and I've always been a very independent person, even like too independent, I'm going to be very honest, I believe in independence, but I also believe in team play, or like partnership and team play. Not codependence, I believe in team play. So for some of you guys, I pick up the energy that somebody is about to or has stirred up romantic feelings in your heart and your spirit, and you might be feeling like you want to push it away because you want to focus on something else. But your spirit guides or the universe might be saying they want you to actually like spend a little bit more time with this person, because they're actually part of your destiny, or they're part of showing you your path. Okay, does that make sense? Where you spending time with this person is going to make your path clear to you when you think this person might lead you astray. Let's get one last card. I'm going to take my time with you guys. Okay. Can you clarify the Knight of Cups here with the courting man? Okay, so it's different messages for different people. See how it fits in your life. If you know that, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, if I talk about like a man here or like a woman that somehow stirred up romantic feelings, I feel like it recently happened, or it's about to happen, where you're gonna feel like, no, I want to focus on work, or I want to focus on something else. I don't want to focus on love. But if love stands in front of you, why turn it down? That means the universe decided that it's time for love. Does that make sense? So for some of you guys, the spirit guides are saying like this man is actually going to help you. Again, this person is actually going to help you to grow spiritually, or this person is actually going to help you to they're going to help you to grow because you spend time with them. But you might be feeling like, it's a waste of time for me to spend time with them. But you're lying to yourself because you felt a spark that you don't feel with other people. This is for somebody here. Somebody might be very independent. Okay, somebody here might be very independent, and you're going to be like, nope, I don't want this right now. But your spirit guides might be saying, hey, it's time for a little bit of romance. It's time for a little bit of love. Is this person your true love and your future spouse? I don't know. But you're meant to kind of like spend time with this person because they're going to make something clear to you. Okay. Let's see. Can you clarify the Knight of Cups here? Because I feel like this person is about to invite you. If you tell me this has not yet happened, I feel like this person is about to invite you. Yeah. This person is going to help you to heal. I feel like this person is going to help you to heal from something. You're like, I can heal on my own. Yes, you can. But this person is actually going to speed up the healing process as you spend time with them. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, but I feel like it is only if this person is new. If this person is old, or if this person is from your past, I don't think that's the case. Then I would say like, it's going to be like the same old. Like this person is not going to change. Okay. Is what I'm picking up here. One last card. Who's the courting man here? Yeah, the Nine of Cups. One more. Who's the courting man here? Just to make sure. So again, keep an eye open. Okay, for some of you guys, this person is actually healthy for you, and for others of you, this person is not healthy for you. Who's the courting man? One last card. Yeah, I feel like this person is going to help you, even if you go on a date with them and you realize something about yourself. Okay, of course, always be sure that you're okay and you have a good feeling and stuff like that. Again, I'm just a tarot reader. I just speak what I see here, okay? But I'm in no way in a position to tell you what to do. But for some of you guys, I pick up this person is going to help you to heal something, or it's going to help. This person is going to put an end to some type of fear that you have, okay? But again, I'm talking about a new person. If it's an old person, it's a no-no, if you ask me. If it's a current partner, this current partner might be a little bit scared that you don't love them anymore because you're distancing yourself. So if you do still love them, show them. And if you don't love them, have a conversation with them, because it's really like affecting their health. Okay? So basically, pile number 3, your destiny is to experience what happens when you leave an unfulfilling situation, knowing deep in your bones that something is not right, or that you wish for greater love and more potential and more creativity and a better job and, you know, like more potential to grow in a company or whatever, and you follow this feeling where your unfulfillment makes a situation very clear. So you initiate a change by walking away. And then you see that this is what you had to do in order to find your path again, or to find yourself again, or to arrive in a position in your life where you perceive life as a gift, or you perceive like, or you're going to be very proud of yourself that you walked away and you didn't settle, or you didn't spend another year contemplating and not acting on something, or where you realize that something is not going to change, but it's up to you if something changes by the actions that you take. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have for you guys. I hope this reading helped you. Pile number 2. I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye.